We've got a big one today. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another Stranger Things Season 5 update video. Today, we've got a big one as Ross Duffer's back at it again, giving us our first look at some characters as well as sets for Season 5. It's going down in this video. But before I get into this thing, be sure to hit that like button. It helps out more than you guys know. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to help me reach my goal of 100,000 subscribers. I am about 200 subscribers away, so if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that button. It would mean the world. And if you guys want to watch Stranger Things with me, you can do so on my Patreon, link down below. The commentary tracks for the first 6 episodes are out right now. We make jokes, theorize, and speculate for Season 5 and share our experience with the show that we both love so dearly. Your support over on Patreon would mean the world. I'd love to have you guys over there as I continue to grow that community. And of course, go check out our podcast, which I will link down below as well. But without further ado, we've got a lot to talk about. This is a busy video. So Ross Duffer, one half of the Duffer Brothers, always gives us posts on Instagram, and it's become an every other week event at this point. Today, we got the updates for week 7 and 8, and this is probably one of the juiciest updates he's given us, as this thing is packed with first looks at characters, set reveals, and potentially a date reveal. So for those who don't follow Ross Duffer on Instagram, go do that. He's the man at giving us behind the scenes updates, and he usually posts 10 photos, so per usual, I'm going to go through all 10 of these and break them down. And this first photo gives us our first look at Lucas and Max in Season 5 of Stranger Things. As we can see in this photo, we've got Sadie Sink and McLaughlin reprising their roles. And it's worth noting off the bat, Max is still in a hospital bed with Lucas by her side because he's just the best and loves her so much. He never wants to leave her side. Starting with Max, her eyes look normal, but also they do a lot of post work. So if she still had issues with her eyes and was blind, which I foresee being the case unfortunately, they would probably add that in post, or she just doesn't have a certain contact lens in this photo because it is just a behind the scenes image. But she obviously looks healthy in this photo. She's not wearing like a hospital gown or anything. She's wearing normal clothing, which is promising, showing signs of healing. And if you zoom in, her shirt says sound waves. Now, I'm no music guru, but I googled sound waves 1980s, and this album popped up with various artists, but it's worth noting the first track is called Upside Down by Diana Ross. Do with that information what you will. I could be way off base here because the logo of the album, at least that I found online, didn't match up with this shirt. Tried to do a little extra digging there, and you never know, it could be something. And then of course we've got Lucas sitting in a chair next to Max, showing his undying love for her. They're just one of the best couples in the show, bar none. I know McLaughlin is probably in pain from shaving his face every day, and the same can be said for Shola Maridueña, who plays Miguel Diaz in Cobra Kai. They both have like full beards outside of filming the show, but because they're playing such younger characters, they probably have to shave not once, not twice, like 3 times a day likely, pretty much all day. So I feel for them, because that's not fun. And then if you look in the background here, you can see a boombox, and there's a cassette tape, as well as some other just hospital necessities like tissues, gloves. It looks like just a cup for water possibly, but I'll talk more about that corner of the room later. This second picture gives us more Lumax as we see Lucas and Max holding hands, and this looks like an actual shot from Season 5. It's slightly concerning because I hope Lucas isn't holding her hand as she dies. I know that's really morbid, and I don't think that's the case. Hopefully he's holding her hand as she wakes up. Think happy thoughts. So Max is clearly still in a hospital bed in this picture, but the biggest takeaway here, and maybe the biggest reveal of any of these Ross Duffer posts, is actually on Lucas's G-Shock watch. If you zoom in, you can see the time says 2:12, so it's likely 2:12 in the afternoon. But I did a little research of my own regarding G-Shock watches, and this model has the date on the watch. If you look at this model I found online, you can see the time, and then in the top right corner it says 6:30, signifying June 30th. Well, if you zoom in on Lucas's watch, I think it reveals a date, guys. You'll see the time says 2:12, but right above that it looks like 11-2, which would be November 2nd. This is a huge piece of information for many reasons. Guarantees a time jump, which we've all come to that conclusion by now anyway, but still further evidence of that time jump. Now, it could be November of 1986 or November of 1987 or even 1988. That part we don't know, but we know for sure a significant amount of time will have passed from the end of Season 4 to the start of Season 5. And tons of other evidence has already pointed to the time jump, from the Christmas decorations in the hallway at Hawkins High to characters all wearing long sleeves or pants. It's pretty evident now that we're going to the fall time period. It's just about pinpointing what year, and I'm leaning fall of 1987. But then again, that would have Max in the hospital for quite some time. Considering she was in a coma though, it adds up. But most importantly, if November 2nd is actually the date on Lucas's watch, and that's the time time period we're setting this final season. That is 4 days before November 6th. November 6th being Stranger Things Day because it is the day Will Byers was taken to the Upside Down in the series premiere of Stranger Things. If that is in fact the case, then this final season of Stranger Things could potentially coincide with the anniversary of Will Byers being taken to the Upside Down. If it's 1988, that's the 5-year anniversary. If it's 1987, that's 4 years. But regardless, I wonder if the series finale will coincide with the series premiere, really bringing this thing full circle. But there's one more photo to talk about from this hospital room, and that is a zoomed in image of this cassette tape that reveals it to be Hounds of Love by Kate Bush. This is the album with the song Running Up That Hill that became a huge hit after season 4 released. We got an epic remix of that in season 4, so I'm thinking, are they going to play that again, or potentially are they going to remix yet another Kate Bush song and make it a smash hit, potentially even the anthem of season 5? Only time will tell. But we're switching gears here a bit for the 4th photo and talking about another thing that's been trending recently that I've made videos on even. That is the fact that we have our first look at Castle Byers in season 5 from Ross Duffer himself. But kind of calling back to a video I made recently, there's 3 routes they could go regarding Castle Byers. On the one hand, they could be setting up Castle Byers for a flashback cold opening, as we do know, based on the opening lines of the script for season 5 that were released on Stranger Things Day last year, that Will Byers in the Upside Down will likely be the cold open. We know him to be in Castle Byers at one point in the Upside Down, as we see it near the end of season 1, so they could be going back to that scene and reshooting some stuff. Another route they could take is reconstructing Castle Byers in the present day and having it be a significant location, potentially a new gate to enter the Upside Down, or even some new information can be revealed regarding Will Byers' connection to Castle Byers, as we know he spent time there in the Upside Down. So it could just be a location of significance or importance in season 5. We know it was destroyed by Will in season 3, so we haven't been there in the present time in a while, but anything is possible. It is the final season. And the last route they could be going is visiting Castle Byers in the Upside Down, as we know Time to Be Frozen on November 6, 1983 in the Upside Down, meaning they could visit Castle Byers in the Upside Down, where it's seemingly still intact, though that's a little unclear because it looked to be destroyed by the Demogorgon near the end of season 1. It's just tough to say. But regardless, Castle Byers is playing a role in season 5, and I'm thinking most of the significant locations from season 1, 2, and 3 will come back into the fold in this final season for some meaningful callbacks. This next photo reveals the night shoots that were happening at the Upside Down set in Stone Mountain, Georgia. In this photo, we see some insane lighting with fog machines, and then the Upside Down tendrils, tentacles, vines, whatever you want to call them. It looks like the Duffer Brothers walking through the woods. We've actually gotten some fan/paparazzi photos of this set as well, with some insane red lighting, as you guys can see right here. I'm very curious to see how much time in season 5 is actually spent in the Upside Down. This next photo reveals a new set. It looks like a barn or shed, and there was speculation that filming was taking place here about a week ago, so it all adds up. Now this next photo is sort of hard to make out, but I feel like we might actually have a look at Hopper. So in this photo, there's a board with a bunch of different shots, and someone's drawing over some of these with a red X, which I'm taking to mean they got the shot, so they're crossing it off the list. A lot of these images are hard to make out, but if you look at the far right, I swear that is David Harbour. It looks just like him. That resembles his facial structure, and again, I don't know the context of any of this, but it almost looks like someone taking a surveillance photo of him or something. And then in the bottom left, I have no clue who that is, but that's definitely some sort of military figure or general, just based on the bulky green outfit they seem to be wearing. And for whatever reason, from way far out, super blurry, I was like, is that Jude Law? Obviously it's not, I just got a kick out of me. This next photo looks like behind the scenes they have arcade games for whenever they're not filming, sort of like a break room in a way. I actually have no clue who that person is. But if you zoom in the background, we can see a chalkboard, and that leads right into this next photo, which says Ross victories in a row. And we saw this in one of Ross Duffer's earlier update videos, so I guess he's just keeping track of his victories regarding something. And then it looks like his brother Matt Duffer underneath said, "Who's Ross? I like Matt better." Little sibling rivalry. And then to round out this Instagram update, per usual, we've got another marble being dropped into the Days Shot bowl, but this time it's in style, as there is an LED Stranger Things 5 logo behind it. I need that immediately. I would love to have that in my background for when I talk about this show, or just to mount on my wall, because this thing just looks sick. But there you guys have it. That's yet another Ross Duffer Instagram photo dump in the books, and a huge update regarding Stranger Things Season 5 as we got our first look at Lumax. Is the show taking place in November, right around Stranger Things Day? And it looks like Castle Byers is going to play a much larger role than any of us probably thought coming into this final season. At the rate Ross Duffer's been posting, 2 weeks from right now we'll have our next update about weeks 9 and 10, which I'm sure will have to give us our first official look at Jopper, right? We've been robbed of Joyce and Hopper for too long. They're like the only major characters we haven't officially seen. Their time is coming. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, it helps out more than you know. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified for all my future Stranger Things videos and videos in general regarding movies and TV shows. But I'm so so close to 100,000 subscribers, so if you guys could help me get there, it would be much appreciated. And if you want to watch Stranger Things with me, you can do that on my Patreon. For $5 a month, I'm doing commentary tracks for every single episode of Stranger Things, and after that, I'll move into other movies and shows that I love, as well as some first-time watches. I'm having tons of fun with the commentary tracks. I'd love to have you guys watch the show with me as I build out that community, so go show some support on Patreon. It really would mean the world and allows me to continue making these videos that I have so much love for. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys on the other side of the Upside Down.